What's up, people of planet Earth and all planets beyond? Thank you guys so much for watching. My name is Josh. A little bit of a different flavor today. I don't normally do trip to the thrift videos just because if you think it's hard to film in a big like public Goodwill, try filming in a really teeny tiny country thrift store without any music in the background or anything like that. It can be pretty difficult. But I'm gonna try it anyway today, get back to a little bit more of my roots. We're gonna go to one of my honey holes that I have found some amazing stuff. Probably the best thrift store I've ever been to in my entire life as far as like pure profit from. So you're gonna come along with me, we're gonna check it out, we're gonna find out if we can find anything. I haven't been there in a little bit, so we'll see. So let's get on with the ride. So here it is. This is my honey hole. This is the thrift store I've made the most from out of any thrift store I've ever been to. This is where I found the big lot of vintage new tags, sportswear, and all the starter gear that I found. You know, $30,000 worth. This is the spot. Normally have a lot of Western shirts. Didn't find anything particularly interesting today, but not too bad. They also always have tons of leather jackets. Here you can see. They're all $5. I did find one here that looked really cool, like from the 70s, super disco-y, but unfortunately, I think you can see here on the back side, there was a hole in one of the sleeves, so it just wasn't worth me trying to resell. I don't think there'd be a buyer for it. Here we have a Jesus tee. Love finding Jesus tee. This one's one of the cooler ones that I've ever found on the Fruit of the Loom, so pretty sick. Here is a FUBU polo jeans Ralph Lauren on the Tennessee River tag. That's definitely not real, but it is interesting. Didn't pick it up, but it is interesting. So maybe I'll pick it up next time. Here's a Western jacket, like lined blanket jacket from some sort of boutique Western company. $3. That's an easy buy. Here is their boot room. This is interesting. So many boots. I don't know tons about boots. But I did find a couple of boots here we'll show in the future, but super cool. $5 a piece. Had to dig and dig and dig, but not too bad. Not too bad at all. Next, we're going to go to another thrift store not too far from there, and unfortunately did not find a whole lot in here. Much smaller thrift store, so here's what I did find right now. Yeah, that thrift store pretty much sucked until the very end, until I found this right here. We have a Game Boy OG and a Game Boy DS. The DS and the Game Boy were separate, but $5 for the game. No, for the DS and $3 for the Game Boy game. This is Pokemon Blue, if you were wondering. Definitely one of the more valuable games. There's a few more games in there that I might go back and check out after I hit some other thrift stores, but I thought there wasn't going to be anything in there, but we turned out something. This Game Boy DS is in really bad condition. So, but I don't know. We'll see what happens. We'll see if it turns on. It's $5. If not, I think I could still get my money back, if not a little bit more, just for parts. So, all right, let's keep it moving. We have a couple more thrift stores on this trip. So that was just not all that great. It was all right. It was all right. We just got the one thing here, the one Packers and Patriots sweatshirt, but we still have a few more places, so we'll see what happens. Hopefully we'll find a little bit more. All right, so here we are in one of my favorite little flea markets. We're gonna be digging around here so we can find some stuff. We found some stuff in the past, so you just never absolutely know. So we have some, we have some Allen Edmonds down here, but who knows what the price is. It looks like $12. It might not be enough. It might be too much for those Allen Edmonds. So we'll keep looking around. So flea markets are hit and miss. They can be the best, they can be the worst. A lot of times these people have, searched through their own garage sales, their own stuff, and they've selected the best stuff to sell, and sometimes they overprice it. So there's not always meat on the bone to be found for reselling, but I did find some t-shirts here. Vintage. We got some of the Mountain. We have this Air Force tee that was vintage, and we have a couple other single stitch t-shirts, but they wanted so much money for them. They wanted $10 for the Air Force tee, $7 or $8 for the Mountain tee. Just nothing there that's really worth that much, or at least for me to buy and hold up some capital to try to sell on eBay. Here's another thing that's real interesting. Notice this says $35 what they're selling it for, and it was $70 on the internet. Well, I guarantee you this is not selling for $70 on the internet. Don't fall for this. I then went to a local thrift store that's a little bit closer to where I live. And this is probably the biggest thrift store in the county in terms of what they have out on their floor. But I've been through this one so many times, and they just don't put things out regularly enough for me to spend the hour and a half it takes just to go through each rack to find something. So I just scoured and searched, and they had been doing a lot of cleaning up. So who knows what they're planning on, maybe rolling out a different season of stuff. You can see here that this is for a small town. This is a big thrift store with lots and lots of stuff. Unfortunately, just nothing left on the rack. And we're back home from a pretty successful day of thrifting. I do want to just kind of show off a couple things a little bit in more detail. I know I did mention some of them before, but I do want to show a little bit more, give you a little bit more detail. So here is the haul. This is right here, one of the first things we got. This is a Kangol hat. It says specifically here, says the Tropic Bombin. Tropic Bombin. Kangol, I don't expect a whole lot from this, but it was $1, so probably get 20 or 25, something like that for this hat. Maybe more, I could be wrong. I have sold some Kangol hats for a good amount of money, but this looks pretty cool. It's not that old or anything, but for $1, that shouldn't be too bad. Next we have another hat real quick. We have this little Nike spell out. This is not vintage or anything like that, but Nike does well. This little visor. Somebody will pay $15 for this thing. For $1, that's easy. We have another hat here. We have this Wilson Leather Experts, made in USA. This is probably at least the 90s, I'd say. It's got this. You guys can see that. It's got this little diamond thing. You can see it, but little diamond and with two faces, two drama faces. I don't know what that is. It's kind of interesting. It's a pin that they've obviously put in there, but it's pretty interesting. But it's a leather hat. I don't know. This probably will go for $30. It's in decent condition. There's no major. It's a little dusty, but no significant damage or anything like that. So that's not too bad. $1 into $30. Again, that's not hard. That's easy to do. That's easy. Here we have one cool piece right here that I thought was super dope. This is not vintage, I don't think. I could be wrong. I just think it's from a smaller seller or a smaller company. This American-made Be Wild by Award Design Apparel in Oklahoma. Just all these southwestern patterns, super sick. It's a lined jacket. This is just this is just cool stuff. So it's in great condition. It's basically brand new. I don't think it's ever been. There's no way this has been worn. But this was $3. I think this right here, $3. I think I could get $50 or $60 for this thing. Maybe more. I could be wrong. I haven't done any research. Just from my experience, I bet $3 turns into $50 right here. The next we have we got this for $1. This is a pretty good buy for $1. Little Kansas City Chiefs pullover sweatshirt, vintage sweatshirt. Nothing crazy, not at all. But this will probably sell for $20, and it was for $1. So maybe even less than $1 actually. I don't think they charged me correctly. We have some of the t-shirts we showed off. We have the Peace Be Still Jesus tee. This is actually a pretty dope Jesus tee. I might have to keep it for myself, but we'll see. That was $1. That's probably a $25 piece. We got the what's this? Mark Martin Live to Race NASCAR tee. This was what? This was $1. And this is $20 right here. most likely. We got these Danner hiking boots. Danner is a great company, great boot company. Pretty valuable. These are probably vintage, just by looking at some of the details. But they're in pretty good condition. They're a small size, so nothing crazy. But they have Gore-Tex. They are Gore-Tex. They got Gore-Tex here inside here, I guess, and Vibram on the bottoms, on the soles. So this, I'd imagine we could probably get $30 to $40. These are a little bit more expensive. These are like $5. Then we have these boots right here. At first, this is like, they look pretty ratchet, right? And they're not incredibly great condition, but they are Corral vintage boots. So they're supposed to look pretty like wore out and distressed. It's kind of the point of them. So, but otherwise, if you kind of actually really look closely, they're really not in that bad a condition. It's a genuine Python leather here. And if you're familiar with boots, Corral boots sell really well. So I bet, since there's no major flaws that I can see, I bet we could get $50 to $75, maybe $100 even for these, if I find the right person. So they look like they could be a little bit more damaged, but the truth is they're supposed to look sort of distressed. That's kind of Corral's thing. So overall, maybe closer to $100. I don't know. We'll find out. There are a couple of points here where the Python is coming up a little bit, but either way, still super cool. Great buy there for $5. We got this guy right here at one of the last places we were at. This is on the Lee Sport XL Super Bowl 1997. You got Brett Favre, and I believe that's Drew Brees, right? Great size. This is, what is it, nutmeg design. So this stuff always does pretty well. You'll eventually sell this. You'll find, especially if either of these teams do well in the future. I know that Aaron Rodgers is back. Sounds like he's coming back for the Packers, so that might drive a little bit more of attention to the Packers. We got this Nintendo DS with the car charger. Now, it does not appear, I haven't really tested it all that much yet, doesn't appear that this works at all. So it's probably, I could probably just sell it for parts, and we'll see. I don't know what the price of it would be for parts, probably $20. So we did get Pokemon Blue. I don't know if it even works yet. My brother-in-law Mike's going to test it out for us. But for $3, these things sell for like $30. So that's a good little buy. He might actually just buy it from me. I don't know if he has Blue or not. But still a good buy nonetheless. So that's pretty cool. Anyway, that's the haul. That was our day today. We had a good time thrifting. Hope you enjoyed the video. We'll see you guys later. Peace.